everybody, and good morning to you, and welcome to finals day of the New Zealand Rugby League Under-18s and Under-16 Boys Youth Tournament for 2022. We are at Puketawhero Park in Rotorua for the Boys 16s final between Counties Manukau and Akarana. So thank you for joining us this morning. It should be a classic game between the two Auckland teams that have made their way through to the final with some decisive victories, and this is going to be a terrific contest indeed. Counties Manukau topping Pool A with wins over Upper Central, Northland and the South Island, and then beating the Auckland Vulcans by 26 points to 4 in the semi-final. Akarana, they had wins over the Vulcans, Wellington and Mid-Central in pool play, and then beat the South Island by 20 points to 8 in their semi-final. Here is the Counties Manukau team. 7 of these players making the tournament team. Mahu Delamere, the fullback, the winger, Vitaliana Roach, who scored 4 tries in 1 game. Latu made the tournament team, one of the centres, as did the number 8, Hetutu Davis. Kopua, who's already signed at the Roosters, he's number 10. And Filippo, who's at the Warriors, has also made the tournament team. He's playing at lock, and the coach, well, one of the real legends of Counties Manukau Rugby League, Jethro Friend. Yeah, great to have Jethro Friend coaching this team. First foray into coaching, having already or continuing to play for the Howard Hornets this season, but not playing for the Counties Manukau senior men's team this year. Here's the Akarana team, and a few of their players made the tournament team as well. Tyrone Hurd-Pickering, the fullback, made it. Carwin Patterson, the hooker, who was also the MVP of the tournament, he is in there. Kanan Mangeli, number 10, and Pauroa Winera, number 11, also made the tournament team as well. Keep your eye on Austin Masters as well. He's been signed by the Warriors, and the coach is Joe London. Well, Glenn Lama's my name, and Blake Gashford, who's been at the tournament all week, is with me as well. Kia ora, Blake, and this one should be a cracking game. Pick a winner.
Oh, mate, you can't put that on me into that. I'll tell you what, though, Counties have been impressive. I know they've got a couple of injuries, as a lot of teams do, but only 10 points scored against Counties in 4 days of rugby league. So that defensive line is going to be hard to crack.
Well, not only that, but Akarana have only conceded 18 points in their 4 games as well. So defensively, both of them very good, Blake.
Yeah, they have been, and as we see, both have got 50 points in a game, so we know the attack's there. I think Hami Loza, for me, getting him on the live stream throughout the week, he was outstanding directing the players around, so I think he's one to watch in that Counties Manukau team, and he could really change this game.
Yeah, Hami Loza, number 7. And the other point about this Counties Manukau team is that 4 of these players, Blake, are aged under 15 in this team, which is incredibly young to be playing the 16s, but there is some talent coming out of Counties Manukau. Well, there's always talent coming out of Counties Manukau, isn't there? So that's where we are here at Rotorua, as both teams come out onto the pitch. Later on in the day, we're going to have the 18s final, and that will feature Counties Manukau against the South Island, who have come through to the final. A very good effort by the South Island team, coached by Archie Jacobs, and that promises to be a very interesting game too. Do not discount the South Island from winning that game. Will kick off at 1 o'clock this afternoon.
Counties Manukau Stingrays now about to perform their cultural salute, cultural acknowledgement.
far away from kickoff now in this grand final of the 16s. Akarana in the blue, Counties Manukau in the red and white. Terrific contest in prospect here. Some hugely talented players in both of these teams. 25-minute halves in these games.
Jack Fevers, and the man in the middle is Liam O'Brien. All right, let's get it on.
We'll see how this one pans out. As these two teams go at it here in this grand final. Blake Ashford got a lot of scouts here too that have been here through the week from NRL clubs.
Yes, mate, there has been. I've seen the Storm, the Bulldogs, Sharks, the Titans. That's just to mention a few. They've been riddled throughout the tournament. So obviously, as we know, a lot of good prospects here.
And one of them is kicking the ball off here. That's Sasai Latu, big, tall, lanky centre, as the game is underway with Akarana with the first possession. And Counties Manukau slow to play the ball down very nice. The next runner for Akarana's Atapana Sua from St Paul's College. Plays out of the Marist Club. Quite a few players from this Marist Club that we saw at the District 9s at Easter as well. So a lot of these players have played a lot of rugby league together this year in this Akarana team, as we see Sua take his second carry. And he's up towards the halfway now. Halfback is Patterson. Good charge into the line there. But again, the defence is very good from Counties Manukau, with Filippo making the tackle. And there goes the kick to end the first set. Good pressure. That might have been knocked on by Counties Manukau, by the winger, who was up trying to take that ball, and it has been. In fact, no referee's going to award Counties the scrum feed. He's ruled the Akarana player knocked it on, rather than the winger, Blake.
Yeah, no hands by the winger. He went to jump up, just mistimed his jump, and they survived that first kick after missing the catch. So let's see what Counties can do with the ball here.
They're coming out of their own end. Interesting to see what sort of shape these two teams are in terms of their nerves at the start. They both look pretty relaxed as Roach plays the ball, the winger. Nice little inside ball, but the communication not quite there, and there's the first error made in the game.
Yeah, it's sort of a coach killer, isn't it? Just had his eyes up at the defence before he caught the ball. I'm watching Akarana, and it's interesting to see that first set. They really stick to their forwards. Sua and Mangeli do a good job, and then they bring Upoko off the bench to maintain that. So get through a lot of work, the middle forwards.
So first chance here for Akarana, with the error made inside Counties half. So good solid set of 6 here. We'll have Akarana close to scoring. They'll be in the right part of the field to maybe launch an attack, as we see Patterson wheel away from dummy half. He goes to Westlake Boys. 2 players from Westlake Boys in this team. The other is number 5, Oliver Horgan. Here is Masters cutting back on the inside as Winera, another who signed with the Warriors. And here is Mangele again. Now he's into the 10. So crowd getting excited now as Patterson has a little dart from dummy half off the quick play the ball, but he's held up. Last play now. Fast play the ball. Is Akarana set for their last play? It happened so fast. And they have not got to their kick, Blake. That's a little disappointing.
It is, but we spoke about the defence of both teams throughout this tournament, and it shows there. Counties on their line. Couple of try savers, especially with Patterson, the MVP of the tournament, going real close.
Yeah, he was. He leapt out of there, but he played the ball too quickly in a way. His team wasn't set for the next play, as we see Counties Manukau. They want no errors at this end of the field, as we see Sukavia from Mangere East come up towards the 30. Oh, good line speed from the Akarana defence there. That Counties player going absolutely nowhere on that occasion. Back to Belchin, the young hooker from Papatoetoe. Good defence from Akarana have kept Counties Manukau pinned inside their half on that set. Down it goes to Tyrone Bird-Pickering at fullback. It goes to Mount Albert Grammar. Good chase there. Good tackle, Blake.
It was a great tackle. It's that man Latu, so only as good as our chase, but he got down there. One-on-one with her Pickering, always a tough task.
Patterson. He goes offloading. There's a good run up towards the halfway line. That was Mangale. Not the, there's a lot of beef on his bones, but he looks big, strong, athletic. Patterson. And now, Counties Manukau stop. The attack right there, 12 metres, 15, 20 metres inside their own half, and there goes the kick. This is going to be a tester for Va'a, but he's taken it nicely, rather, has that Counties player over there. And now Counties come forward to the 20. A little fumble in the play the ball.
Getting up too quick, trying to play it, and just loses control. And once again, their second error coming out of their own territory. You keep feeding Akarana the ball in this field position, they're going to capitalise sooner or later. And I think Wikitera is where they got to go to the right. Him versus Latu is going to be an awesome matchup.
Well, feeding the scrum for Akarana was Jensen, and Jensen has it, in fact, now. Looks to just try to bring her Pickering into the line, couldn't do so, and Latu's up there to make another tackle alongside Loza. And now here's the back rower, Winera. He's on the 20, so Akarana all the territory and the possession with them until that little error there from Carwyn Patterson.
Bit tense at the moment, aren't we? There's Patterson. Nice smooth throughout the tournament. Picks his time to run, and that time just had his movement before he had the ball in his hand. So County survive again. Now they got to complete this one.
Yeah, and get a good kick out and try and get up to their halfway, over the halfway, and really try and get some Hinakarana as close to their goal line as possible in the set. But they have to execute it this time. Nice little pass back from Toiava Ward. Now comes Torore. Again, good tackling from Akarana. Oops, that was very close to a lost ball there from Latu. How lucky was he not to lose that ball? And there is a lost ball. Akarana's defence is very impressive in these first 5, 6, 7 minutes, Blake.
Yes, and this is where I think it is going to be one. After watching Akarana that first day, it looked like they didn't have too many weaknesses in their team. I've already mentioned the two props, and if Counties don't muscle up in the middle and try and win that forwards battle, I think it's going to be a game like this where Akarana are just dominant.
Well, it was a wonderful first contact there from Winera on that player, and then Masters finished it off, forcing the error.
The thing about these Akarana forwards, Glenn, is Sua and Mangeli, they can play big minutes, and they are very fit for the front row position. As you mentioned before, not much meat on the bone yet, they're still developing, so the fitness is there, and I think if they keep this up, it's going to be a tough afternoon for Counties, but would like to see Filippo just start to get the ball and have players running off him. It'll settle that Counties attack down.
Yeah, we haven't really seen him fire up too much. The De La Salle College first 13 player this season. Of course, De La Salle losing the Auckland title but winning the national title on this year. And out it comes here to Wikitera, the number 3. Another who made that tournament team, named yesterday, Winera. Patterson will want good distribution skills. No errors out of dummy half this time, and here comes Sua. The Counties back in their red zone again. Good shot on Mangeli, but he gets the offload away as Patterson almost intercepted. It's play on, it's played in, it's 6 more tackles. Here comes Wikitera. Wikitera getting close. Counties Counties Manukau now hard on their line. Let's see what their goal line defence is like. So far it's stood up okay, so it's a restarted tackle count. They've got plenty of tackles up their sleeve here to set it up. Patterson waiting again at dummy half, and here comes Winera almost stretched out. Patterson sniffing around, and here's a little cutback run, but the D from Counties is superb. Patterson. Offside play. Latu was gone for all money there, but he jumped the gun. False start there, Blake.
It was, but, you know, hat off to the kid. He had to do it. They had 4 on about 2 players out there where Akarana were really going to go, and Latu just had to come up and make that play. He was offside, but they get to set their line and they get to defend again. Counties fans, stand up, because putting in a big effort here on the line.
So Akarana with another set. Getting close. Getting close. They are not even close. They are there. And there's the first try of the game, and it looks like it's gone to Taipari Wikitera, the number 3. Just too much pressure on that Counties line, Blake.
Yeah, just as I wrapped their defence, they just didn't come up off the line as usual. But look, this is going to be a heck of a matchup. You see, look, just running back, not up off their line, and Wikitera versus Latu out there in the centres. The 2 centres from the team of the tournament. Wikitera gets the first shot.
Oh, what a try that was. He just ran directly at 3 players there and burst through. Great run there from Taipari Wikitera, Marist club member. Played for Auckland North in the Sean Johnson Cup earlier on in the year. District 9's player. We saw him at Easter as well. And here he is, scoring the first try in the Under-16s Grand Final.
Masters has converted 7 conversions throughout this tournament, and they've got 4 or 5 different goal kickers.
Masters has hooked that wide, so 4 points to 0 score remains, but Akarana deserved the first try. They've been the more dominant team in these first 10 minutes, Blake.
They have. Like I mentioned, they've already won the battle of the middle, and it's just going to be that momentum swing. Who's going to get it? Who's going to change the game? As we see an early change for Counties. They've changed the 2 front rowers. Maybe trying to, I think it's Leilua on the field now of Tatupu, just really trying to change the game through that middle where Akarana are dominating.
Wikitera gets the first try. Counties Manukau really haven't even been down inside Akarana's half yet. And really it's the errors that have cost them. Great kick-off, great bounce too. That is just perfect for Counties Manukau right there.
It's what they needed. You can never let a rugby league ball bounce. Never know what's going to happen.
So this could get Counties back into the match here with a full set of 6, if of course they retain the possession, assuming that Akarana go for the regular line dropout. As Masters restarts play, he's going for the sideline, but he's not going to find it. So here comes number 16 with his first carry. This is Etuati Leilua from Mangere East. So Counties Manukau already down to the 20. Let's see if they can muscle up here through Saleh Tatupu. Waiting at dummy half is Belchin. Here comes Leilua again with his second carry. They're big boys, aren't they? These props, as we see a little dart for the line here. Good defence now from Akarana, so they are going to be fully tested as we see Filo have a crack from dummy half. And it looks like Counties have just gone straight over with their first attack. Have they? Hang on. Yes, referee is going to award the try.
Talk about the immediate impact. Leilua, Tatupu. Wow. They went carry for carry, carry for carry. And in the end, as you see, it was run onto the ball from hooker. Too big, too strong. Who gets it down? Tatupu, I think it is. No, yes it is. Saleh Tatupu.
It is Tatupu, yes. Tatupu gets the try. Mangere East player, De La Salle College. Tony Tatupu, you might remember him. Blake from back in the day at the Warriors. He's a relative of him.
They can't talk about the master stroke from Jethro Friend at the moment. He sort of realised, we know the game's still young, but he realised his middles just weren't up to it, the starting props. He thought, you know, to get us back in the game, we're going to have to make a change. and he brings the two big boys on, they make an immediate change to it.
So here's Sasaya Latu, who's going to line up this conversion attempt. Grey old day in Rotorua, but at least it's not snowing today, hey Blake?
Oh, yep, especially out here. Bit of sun, a bit of heat about it.
Yeah, it feels like summer is not too far away, finally, as we have a look at Latu. Yeah, no problem. So, wow, counties have had basically no territory in the game and been outplayed in these first 14 minutes, Blake, but they lead on the scoreboard.
They do. That's a massive confidence builder as well for them. Been down there for maybe 2 or 3 tackles and straight away come away with the try. Take the lead.
Well, great effort from counties to absorb the pressure that their opponents created on them and come out of it and still lead the game. So just over 10 minutes to play in this first half. Hope you're enjoying the commentary and the game here as we get Tatupu, the try scorer, heading back up towards the 20 for Counties Manukau. It's a nice stab at the line, isn't it? But good defence again. They adjusted nicely there to Masters and also Mangale for Akarana. Straight away, these big props are getting a lot of possession. See if Counties Manukau can spread it a bit wider this time. This is Atun Hotene. 4 tries in the tournament for Counties Manukau as Filo gives it back, and there goes the kick. Oh, there was confusion at the back there, but in the end, Hurt Pickering did well to pick the ball, or get the ball off his winger. And Akarana are on their 30 here, Blake.
They are, and they look a bit bunched. They look to be back in the battle and winning it now, Counties. As you said, we saw the forwards go forward, and now the halves start to get involved. Starting to look like the Counties throughout the tournament.
That was Horgan with that carry for Akarana. They'd settle into the grind nicely now. There's Atapana Sua. Great footwork at the line. Again, not the biggest prop, but plenty of athleticism about him, and he got good ruck speed there for his team. Gives the Akarana team a chance to spread it here, and for Auburn London to have a dab into the line. Richmond Rovers player. There goes the kick. No real breeze to speak of here either, as Delamere, one of the under-15 players in this under-16s team, so technically he'll be back next year, which is pretty amazing. Counties Manukau picked 4 players aged under 15 in their team this year. Oh, that pass is almost forward to Latu. Well, look at Latu. He's getting a lot of touches. He likes to get his hands on the ball, Blake.
Yeah, he does. He's coming in, trying to take some work off the forwards. As we see, they can get a break and just do runs like that.
Terrific. Filo waits at dummy half. That was Tatupu, the try scorer, with that really good effort. That's a good kick. It's found the grass, but Hurt Pickering gets a favourable bounce there. But a good chase from Counties Manukau, and leading it was Torore, the number 3. And he's hurt his opponent look at the
defence. Look, they really on the front foot now. You mentioned Latu coming in to take some pressure off the forwards who have come on and done a lot of defence, but their carries have been strong, and Toyava Ward summed that up beautifully. Found some grass, and the chasers down there.
Well, Tyrone Hurt Pickering, the player down. Akarana will be loath to lose him. Both fullbacks making the tournament team. Hurt Pickering getting some attention at the moment. And check this out. There's a replay of the first try. Look at him run directly at 3 players there and bursting through all of them. Does that count as 3 tackle busts, Blake?
Oh, yes, it does. We'll mark that down for the stats.
And then this one, just the barge over from dummy half for Saleh Tatupu, who had only just come onto the field.
Well, he was always going, wasn't he? The old fake pass to the left when he put his hand up. Big sign. That first try, we've got to give a bit of praise to, I think could have been Patterson as well, because the smarts to take the quick tap and go for it, because Latu was still coming back from the penalty he'd given away. So very smart players amongst both these teams.
Let's see a couple of teams showing up today. Of course, we've got other games going on the outer fields here today. There's the Northland side. Well, Wellington too. We saw them earlier. You've been here all week, Blake. What's the talent been and the depth been like in the other teams in this tournament?
Oh, it's been amazing. We've seen a couple of other boys that to mention that we saw at the Nines as well, right across. Well, I saw him day one kick a goal from the sideline to win mid-central again. Wellington in this age group were unlucky not to make the top 4 bracket after conceding a late try to the Auckland Vulcans, and then they proceeded to kick one from the sideline. So we've had South Island win over Akarana by a field goal in the 18s. It's all been happening. The talent it's next level here, and it's good to see that the talent's still here in New Zealand. As I spoke about, the scouts are coming over, so they realise where to come for the players.
We're not too far away from the airport here at Puketawhero Park. It's really encouraging to hear you say that. Of course, we had some excellent talent on display in the girls' tournament last week as well. The good news is we've got a couple more games coming at the end of this month, which will put the best against the best in those age groups. So still got some more rugby league coming around Labour weekend for you, as we see Akarana, her Pickering, getting some attention, but we're back underway now. We've got just over 7.5 to play until half-time. Just a try each so far, as we see Kali is on the field now, wearing 17 for Akarana. And they're fighting fire with fire. This is Poko. Might as well put the big lads out on the big lads. Hey, there's a kick that's gone slightly askew. Might work out okay. In fact, it's been dropped there by Dominic Va'a. So not a great kick to end that set from Akarana. So counties are going to get a full set here, Blake, inside Akarana's half.
Yeah, the kick pressure just came to, I believe it could have been, was it Patterson out there or Masters, the kicker, but the inside pressure from counties just off the side of the boot, and could have worked out all right, but in the end he's lost it, as we see Loza take the first carry into Akarana's half.
Here come Akarana again. Counties Manukau, Atun Hotene it is. Good field position options either side of the ruck here for Counties Manukau. A nice carry again coming in from, I think that's Leilua this time. Filippo waiting for the ball, he's got it now. Looking for a nice little play here, and that was a good play, but it's been lost, and here comes the try scorer, Wiki Terra, with the ball. Maybe County's just a little too clever there.
Yeah, I love when Filippo gets his hands on the ball. You see him just pass it wide. I didn't mind the play because, you know, the forward battle, it seems to be one at the moment, but a bit unlucky for Counties. Akarana survive.
Akarana can't afford an error here. It's Patterson. Waits again at dummy half. And that carry from Cully, and there goes Patterson from inside the 40. From inside the 40s, he got the angle on it. He doesn't, unfortunately, but a good chase. Check that out, as we saw Patterson and also Jensen go flying down there for Akarana. Good work by both those players. And so Akarana's defence again. See what it's like with 5 minutes to go. This is where fatigue can kick in. Remember, this is the 5th game in as many days for these players. So you've got to have good engines to play at this tournament. Now it's been lost backward. Loza has got it. Bit of space here for him too. Took the gap on, and it was a good tackle by Austin Masters, who's having an excellent game for Akarana in this first half. That was Cully at dummy half, and throwing himself in again as Tatupu gets the late offload away, and Cully again has been very busy since coming onto the field. Or rather, that is Filo with his hands on the ball. Last play now for Counties Manukau. Kick is a good one, and it's beautifully picked up by Dominic Va'a, but a great chase from Counties Manukau. Excellent set by the Stingrays there, Blake.
It was, and when you play a good team that's so defensively sound, as we know both of these teams are. It's that second phase, that offload, that's going to get you back behind the ruck. And Loza just summed it up beautifully. Got it there, the chase were back. We see there's an injury timeout back up on halfway.
A defeat can really take its toll on us. Not being named can take its toll on us. And so I encourage you to go to the
NZRL. One of the Akarana players doesn't look in good shape there.
They'd encourage you to know it's not weak to speak.
Hopefully that player's going to be okay. There's been a few injuries this week. Counties Manukau, I know, have had a few invalidated out of the game, Blake, with concussion, haven't they?
Yeah, when you're 16 and 18, your body's your physical, and we know the rules around concussion now, and it's good, it's a week tournament. When they're ruled out once with concussion, you just got to sit them out for the week. So lucky both squads are deep, and that just shows how good the rugby league talent is in New Zealand when we're still getting quality games like this after there's been injuries.
Yes, indeed. So we're going to get a slight pause. We can remind you that these games are 25-minute halves, and we do have another game coming today, and that's the Counties Manukau match against the South Island in the under-18s final. Should be a terrific game as well. The try scorers in the game so far have been Wikitera and Tatupu, and this man here, Latu.
Oh, he's dancing, I like it.
Yeah, mate, he's zoning out. You like him, don't you, Blake? I know you like him, Latu.
Yeah, I think maybe because he gave me a thumbs up and a smile as I was commentating during the week, so he's a good man. He's walking past, dancing by himself as well in his own little world, so it's good, zones out from all the footy, and it showed. Team of the tournament.
Yeah, a lot of players in these two teams dominating again as we see Counties Manukau and Akarana continue to dominate the sport of rugby league in New Zealand. You're telling me, Blake, in one of the other games that a Wellington player scored how many tries in one game?
We had Sione Baker. He scored 10 tries throughout the tournament, but
wow.
in 3 of the games he got a hat-trick.
Wow.
So, yeah, a talent. He's an absolute flyer. And, yeah, we were lucky enough to get one of his games where he got the hat-trick.
Wow. Sione Baker. And that's the thing, you get a few players. I mean, we've had Upper Central in the past few years produced several good players too. Blake, they didn't maybe fire up so much this year, but there are excellent players that emerge from other teams.
Oh, there is, and I think we're going to see that in the under-16s. We have a battle of Auckland versus all the other zones from outside, and when you combine those teams, as we saw South Island compete in that top 4 bracket, and we're real close to a victory. Look, I think it's going to be a great game, and it's going to be great to see as the other zones start to rise up. We saw South Island, in the game next we're covering, so it's good for rugby league.
Obviously, this player's been seriously injured, which is a bit of a shame. So, a long delay here. It's not easy for players to deal with, is it, Blake, where the game goes on hold for quite some time, but there's nothing you can do about it except suck it up and try and hit the reset button.
Yeah, there's a lot of concern for him at the moment, just on halfway. I know his players will be concerned, and it's tough to get on with a job when one of your mates you see's down injured at the moment. But I'm sure they'll be talking about that underneath the post at the moment, as we see Akarana still in the huddle. Counties on a roll with momentum, but this might have stalled them a bit.
Yes, indeed. On the other side of the equation, it has given both teams a chance for their players to recharge the batteries, heading in towards the last 4 minutes of this first half and then the second half.
Jethro Friend with another interchange through his props after Leiloa was outstanding off the interchange bench. He's decided to keep Tatupu out there, but he has brought back the 10 Kopua. So Joshua Kapua back out on the field.
Yeah, well, he is a highly rated player. And the other dynamic at play here is not only are the NRL teams, well, all the Aussie NRL teams sniffing around, Blake, but we've got the Warriors now re-emerging too with the SG Ball team next year, and a lot of these players could be in contention for the Warriors, and not so much in this game here, the 16s, but that game that's coming up at 1 o'clock this afternoon, the final of the 18s game.
Yes, I believe so. There is quite a number of the players, even in the 16s, they're contracted, I think, maybe to the Warriors in the junior systems, but it's great to see. I remember with the Warriors before COVID, they had an SG Ball team, and we're in the top 4 before COVID struck, and it's good to see them compete at a level like this. It's always the unknown. You don't know how you would go against the young Aussie talent over there in that competition, which is so strong, but we've had one little sample size, and the top 4 sounded nice to me, so why not bring it back and really test them over there?
100%. And the great news is we're going to have our SG Ball team back in there for the Warriors next year, and that's going to be coached by Adam Blair. So that's going to be really interesting, number one, to see how Adam goes as a coach after not long retiring from the game, and also to see who he can attract to the Warriors. I know if I was a young fella to be coached by someone like Adam Blair, Blake, it's a huge opportunity.
Yeah, mate, he's one of the top 3 most capped Kiwis. So to have someone like that as your head coach, not only do you look up to him as a player, but knowing Blair personally, I can speak on his professionalism and his need for, he just wants to win and wants the Warriors to do well. I've had some chats with him, and he's trying to get some great people in the club, and he's got a good coaching staff around him, so I expect them to go well next year.
Well, let's hopefully, not quite sure who that player is. We've never really got to identify who that is, Blake, have we, who's had to be carried off on a stretcher?
No, we haven't got a name for that young boy yet, but present thoughts out to him, himself and his family. They're watching or are here at the game.
Yeah, absolutely. So we can actually get the game back underway now. So 4 minutes 20 to play. 6 points to 4. 1 try each. And here comes the try scorer for Counties Manukau. It is Tatupu. Boy, a try to either team now, right on the stroke of halftime, will be critical. That was Kopua with his carry. Back out on the field now to really let it rip as Filo just slightly hesitates. Brings Toiava Ward back into it now. Good little charge by Sukafia. And that was Kopua. Nice spread of the ball by Counties Manukau. One of the big middle forwards standing wide of the ruck on that occasion. Leilua. Filo. Here's a chance for the line by Kopua, who's really keen to get stuck, and I reckon he got it down. Kopua, that was superb.
It was, and it was the deceptiveness of that number 9, I believe, who was there. I'm not sure if it was a Filo or dummy half now, just coming out, and he had Filippo going overs and the unders ball to the big number 10, Kopua. Gets him extends the lead, shall I say, 10 points to 4, and you spoke about how much a try here would hurt either side, and Kopua gets one down for Counties.
Did really well there, and look how keen and fired up he was to get it down. There's some serious blue jumpers in there, 4 players, and he still got it down. That's pure determination.
Makes you wonder what Jethro Friend had a word to him after coming off at the start. The 2 props were sort of losing that middle battle, but since he's come back on, Joshua Kopua has been outstanding.
Fantastic. Yeah, those 2 carries were brilliant, including that top one just before it. So Latu now with a chance here to extend the lead further. Important kick, this one. It kicks Counties Manukau clear by greater than 6 points. And he's done just that. So 2 goals from 2 for Latu. So 12 points to 4 with around 90 seconds to go in this first half here in the 16s final for 2022.
Slowly starting to see Counties get into their rhythm. Augustino Filippo really controlling that middle third of the field, bringing players onto him outside. Lovely to see.
Yeah, 100%. I hope you're enjoying the coverage here of the 16th final from Puketawhero Park in Rotorua. 2 tries to 1 to Counties Manukau as Masters. Let's play underway again. Last minute of this first half. And here's the try scorer, Kupua. Again, a good, robust, authoritative carry there from the front rower. Geez, they've got some good front rowers, this Counties Manukau team, haven't they? Filippo carrying it now for Counties Manukau. Nice little inside ball. And here is Hatun Hotene. Filo, he's been very good out of dummy half. Lots of energy from the Mangere East hooker. Yeah, Filippo again, just taking the hard yards this time. De La Salle College first 13 player and a Warriors player for next year. So change at fullback here. Herb Pickering, just wondering whether it was him. We might get clarification or try and find out for you at halftime which or who was taken off on that stretcher for you for Counties Manukau. But it looks like Herb Pickering is not on the field at the moment. And back to play the ball there was Compton Purcell, but that is half-time. So Counties Manukau with 2 tries to their big middle forwards, to Tupu and Kopua, and that try to Wikitera to get things off for Akarana. The Counties have come back beautifully. They lead 12-4 at half-time.
Aware of the threat, you better believe it, because here they come. Here come the black jerseys.
Kiwi's looking expensive, and now Dylan Brown. Look at the inside, yes!
Here's another try, and the Kiwi birds go back to back.
G'day, Greg Murphy here, Purtec Ambassador. Today I'm talking about safer driving, which is something Purtec and I are extremely passionate about. With over 50 vehicles operating throughout New Zealand, Purtec are committed to keeping their people and all other road users safer through greater driver education and awareness. Purtec mobile service technicians are on the road 24/7, servicing their customers' hose and fittings requirements. And that's from the far north right down to the deep south of New Zealand. Purtec are promoting a safe driving culture throughout their business, and this is something everyone should be thinking about. This is some story right here! It's an absolute feast.
spoken. Your words have been so broken. I've been under your hypnosis. Why did I sip that potion? I'm so done with holy ghosting. My birth, it is an omen. Lay me down up in the ocean until you see no motion. Started the bottom, already forgot it, but they won't forgive me now. You really ain't ready now. You haters just in the crowd, but still I just look around. Know you with me now, where you with me now?
I train to play.
And Sunnyville does it again.
The collisions, the big hits, I love it.
My teammates want me by their side, not on the sideline.
If I get injured, I can't play.
I want to play every game. The game doesn't start with a whistle.
It starts with warming up. My body is the tool of my trade, so I look after it. We're going to show you how. APC Sports Smart Warm Up. Let's go.
So her, no, I don't think it was her pick. I think her pick is in a brace.
Counties 12 points to 4, leading Akarana at half-time in the under-16s final. 2 tries to 1. Tatupu Kopo, the 2 front rowers. And Puketawhero, the try scorer for Akarana. 25 minutes to play. Akarana would be loath to concede another try early in the second half here. It'd be a big job for them to come back from, say, 16-4, 18-4 down. So here we go, 25 minutes to play. It's Counties Manukau with the ball to start the second half. And here's Kopua again. What a great return to the field Josh Kopua had. And was rewarded with that try just before half-time. As Patterson making a strong tackle. And Filo remains at dummy half for Counties Manukau. Akarana's defence has stiffened up, and it needs to, as we see another very good carry coming in from Tatupu. He's been very impressive off the bench. And almost sneaking through. Good little tackle in the end coming in there from one of those Akarana replacement players. Good set, good tackle from Sua by Akarana. And it's going to be Sukavia to play the ball. Now, Counties have got to be careful not to be offside here. They've done brilliantly. It's play on. Filippo. Oh, he's lost it. He's lost it. And it's a chance for Akarana to come away. Filippo just got a little excited there, Blake.
Yes, he did. A great kick and chase. Lolza realised he didn't get it down where he wanted to, so he caught the ball, but last tackle now, Akarana. They must score first in this half.
Yes, absolutely. It was a good kick from Lolza, wasn't it? Filippo just couldn't quite free the ball, as we see Upoko. The player we can tell you who would stretch it off for Akarana was Te Pairoa Winera, number 11. So hopefully he'll be okay. As we see a kick sneak down there, and Dominic Va'a was chasing it through from the Newland Stags but couldn't catch up with it.
Not too bad of an option. I thought that was a purposeful kick for the winger. Just didn't get it to stay in. If it stayed in, it could have been an opportunity. But nonetheless, they completed that set, and now they have Counties where they want them.
Take a step, 6-16.
2 good sets to start the half, though, you have to say, Blake, haven't they? They've been excellent for both teams.
They have been, Glenn. That's why I guess we're watching 2 of the best at the under-16s level when they can complete like that.
Absolutely. Here's Tatupu, whose energy levels have been excellent all the way through the game. Slow play the ball that time. Nice little shift back into the centre, just behind the ruck there. It's another good carry there from Paya Sikuvia. And now they continue this attack down the short side. It's Torore. Lola Silk. It is slotting into dummy half here. See if Kupua can do something here. Some nice handling here. There's Loza. A little double pump, and he's going to free up Roach on that left wing side, but he's lost it. And in fact, he ran into touch there. So it's going to be Akarana possession.
Did not mind the ball movement at all. So we've seen Filippo there in the middle, being another half. I would have liked to seen though Latu one-on-one there with Wikitera. I would have loved to seen him take it on. As we know, Roach has scored 4 tries in a game, so can't blame him too much.
We certainly can't. Sometimes you've got to go backwards to go forwards. I don't know if I'd be doing that 10 metres out from my own line, though, against a team like Counties Manukau. No harm done in the end. There's a hard carry coming in from Austin Masters. Is that Mangale? Both of them were impressive. And there is a penalty. Good work there by, in fact, it was number 16, Compton Purcell, with a good hard carry. Another Warriors junior, Blake.
Yeah, it's what they needed, isn't it? It's been going set for set. Who's going to crack first, discipline-wise? Counties giving that penalty away. Akarana using it, working well this second half.
Compton Purcell, a year 11 student at St. Paul's. Here he is there, tapping the ball. And back into it again. There's Patterson, here's Upoko. Upoko charges in, that was a great run. Nasua for Akarana. Nicely set up in the middle of the field. And a hang to the left through Noah Jensen. And now Purcell. Nicely tackled, nicely handled that time. Compton Purcell. Patterson's going to sneak away from dummy half. And now Masters. He's driven back in some good defence that time. In fact, that is Desmond Laban from Kelston Boys who's been driven back. Oh, lovely play there from Masters, and there goes the kick. Beautifully taken on the left wing side there by Vitaliano Roach, and Counties Manukau have got it. Wow, that's good chasing from Akarana. The Counties hard on defence here. They're only 10 metres out from their own line. They can't afford a mistake here. No change to the halftime score. First 6 minutes played. Still 12 points to 4 to Counties Manukau as we see Latu take the next carry. Ooh, bit of stuff happening off the ball there, which wasn't appreciated by Kanan Mangele. That's well refereed there, Blake.
Yes,
Nothing
it
too
is.
major there, no penalties.
No, he's just going to, I think, before it gets out of hand, he's just going to call them back in to settle it down. I don't think there's any penalty given yet.
Mangale reckons he was held back there.
Sort of see it in every rugby league tackle day.
Well, in the end, a penalty is going to be given. Counties Manukau will be able to get down here.
The National Youth Tournament, they
discipline errors in tight games. They count for everything, don't they? And this is where Akarana now just going to have to hold the nerve with Counties getting a full set inside their opponent's half here. Hope you're enjoying this game, folks. Back into the game now is Hitetu Davis. Quiet first stint from him, another out of the St. Paul's College system in Grey Lynn. Filippo. Nice ruck speed there. They've got a good burst on here as Kupua puts the foot down, and Counties Manukau playing chest out rugby league now. Torore at dummy half. Looking good as they spread it to the left this time. Losa with the inside pass, but a great shot there on Atun Hotene. What a great read there from Masters. Counties keep plugging the short side. Loz is going to have a dart here and get very close. Just held up there by Riley Tavoli. There's the kick. And Hakarana have it. Well, it was all going on there. And what's the referee going to rule here?
Oh, double knock on Counties ball.
Referee Liam O'Brien has
wow, it's like a pinball there.
Coming off the Akarana Falcons scrum feed. Counties Manukau Stingrays.
Yes, yep. So Counties went to... Oh, sorry, Akarana tried to pick the ball up, just knocked it forward into a Counties player. Close to simultaneous, but...
That's a 50-50 call, I've got to say. I'm not convinced either way.
No, it was
really hard to tell who knocked that on first there.
That's why why we're sitting here. Tough job refereeing. Make those calls.
You've got to make a call one way or the other, don't you? So Counties Manukau get the call. And back it comes, and chance now for them to build up something here. How good has Philo been out of dummy half today? He's been excellent in this game. Both hookers have been good. Now there's some excellent tackling coming in from Akarana again. They have to defend their line here. Crucial point of this contest for Lipo is going to go close. But he's held up by Wikitera and a couple of other Akarana players. They need desperate scrambling D here to keep this Counties Manukau team out. Here is Kopua going for a second try. And he's held up. Good stuff from Noah Jensen, among others there. Held up from dummy half. The gap was right there, and there is the try for Atalia Philo.
Wow, that hurts Akarana. But that lead-up work from that man we spoke about, Joshua Kopua. Look at the play-the-ball speed. Look at the play-the-ball speed. Bang. And like any good dummy half does, where there's a gap, Atalia Philo puts them ahead by 12 with a kick to come.
Yeah, look at the gap there just left of the ruck. It was too big. It was wide as the Grand Canyon there, and Philo was never going to not have a crack there. So that was good hooker's instincts from him to have a crack and extend the lead to 12 points. It's going to be hard for Akarana to come back now with this conversion handy to the post. Let's assume it goes over here from Latu Blake. It's going to be a 14-point game pretty much with 14 minutes to play.
I'm not going to call it yet, mate, but we've spoken about the defence. 10 points Counties have given away this tournament. So we're going to ask Akarana to break that just to come back and win this game. It's going to be a very, very tough ask, but we spoke about the hookers' brilliance there, and if you're going to let Kapua stand in to play the ball like that, gets the quick play the ball, and what else is Atalia Philo supposed to do but dive over?
Yeah, Philo, great game, Mangere East player. He's going very well in this contest. So here is Latu. This another important kick here. It kicks them clear by 14, so that means Akarana will need to score 3 times in the last 14 minutes of this game. That is not going to be easy. And Latu's goal kicking has been perfect so far, and that 3 from 3 from him. And that's going to make Counties Manukau very hard to beat now. Well, we'll see if Akarana can create some pressure, force some errors out of this Counties Manukau team. They're going to have to find some mistakes.
After that first try, it's all been Counties, hasn't it? After that first try, Counties made that little change, and they've been rolling ever since. Out on the full.
No way the error's coming from the other team. So that's unfortunate for Austin Masters there. Can't blame him looking or just pushing the boundaries, the limits a little bit here, Blake, to look for a little bit extra for his team.
No, exactly. You can see what he was trying to do, get it into touch with the bounce so they get the ball back. Just didn't quite execute correctly.
This means Counties. How good was that run from Tatupu? He's just about the MVP of the game. In fact, that is Leilua, who's also been excellent. The bench is such a key area of rugby league, and Counties Manukau's bench has been good, and there's a penalty. Sikuvea gets the penalty for his team. Well, Counties Manukau are 14 ahead. They're just going to take the tap. Can't blame them now. Really ice the game with one more try. Leilua down to the 10. County's got a full set again as Filippo, the ball playing back rower.
Oh, offload.
Oh, great offload that was. I don't know if he got it down on the line. He's short. He is short. Wonderful play from Filippo, though. And that surely is a penalty.
Boy, it's so common in the game, and you just know every time it's going to be a penalty.
Well, Masters is probably lucky he's not sent to the sin bin for a professional foul there, Blake.
Yeah. A couple more, I think, infringements might have been the case, but just early there as Counties get a chance to slow it down and try and extend the lead.
Here comes Hetutu Davis. Hetutu Davis. There's the offload. Sikuvia can't pick it up, but it's caught by Tarore in the end. Here's Philo, the last try scorer. A lovely little play. Shifts direction. Out here to Toiava Ward, who offloads, and there's the score. It's another try, and it's Lolasio and Counties Manukau. It's going to be their day.
They love it too. The celebrations are on already. Just the speed. Toiava Ward, through this tournament, I've seen him skip away from a lot of tackles, and it's that just thing you can't teach, speed. And he gets to the outside of the man with a nice little one-handed offload. You see the reward there. Look at it. You see this space. Just a little skip, a little change of pace to the outside, and you've got a front rower in front of you. Great recognition. That's another try to the 5. Olasio.
Lovely time pass from Toiava Ward there. It was perfect. Just sucked in, though, that outside defender. And these celebrations. Yeah, winners are grinners. Latu. This tough conversion attempt here, but props to Counties Manukau. They were down by 4-0 after conceding the first try. Were totally outplayed in those first 5 minutes, Blake.
They were, and I keep going back to it, but the change to bring Atalia Filo on and the two props, the interchange props, and Leilua and Tatupu really changed the game after being outplayed, like you said, at the start of the game.
So here's Latu's conversion attempt. Score remains 22 points to 4. These two tries back-to-back to Counties Manukau have really kicked them clear now.
That's the 4th try of the match for Counties Manukau Stingrays, going to number 5, Mati Asilulesio. Our score now 22 points to 4. Counties in the lead against the Akarana Falcon.
Don't forget we have the 18s final coming up at 1 o'clock this afternoon. That will feature Counties Manukau against the South Island Scorpions. Seal getting his first try of the game. Tahu College he goes to. Here comes Hetutu Davis. Another who made the tournament team. Charging into the line now. Akarana still working away hard, but they haven't had any territory to work with. Haven't got down into the red zone in the second half, Blake, yet.
No, they haven't, and it's just been through the good work of Counties. They're not giving them a chance. Just the completion rate so high. So see Filippo just offload to Leilua just through the middle there. And look, they'll get to a kick again here.
Yeah, they've been very good with the ball. Those few errors in the first half, 2 in those first 5 minutes. Think back to those. Have eliminated those from their repertoire too, Blake, and that's made them a much stronger team.
It has, and they invited Akarana for that first try, didn't they, with those errors you spoke about. There was 2 or 3 coming out of their own end, and once they cleaned that up, they've been exceptional for the rest of this game.
Jensen gives it to Wikitera. Just no real momentum opportunities at all for Akarana in the second half. All been with Counties Manukau. Sua and Mangale continue to work away well up the middle for Akarana. That was Sua. Again, Counties Manukau working hard off the ball now. No gaps, no missed tackles in that Counties Manukau defence at the moment. Let's see how a little spiral bomb goes. And in the end, it's taken nicely by Mahu Dalamir, the fullback for Counties Manukau. Got to say, those two injuries to two of their key players, Akarana hasn't helped either. Tyrone Pickering and also Aotearoa Winera taken off on a stretcher, Blake. They haven't helped either because both of those players made the tournament team.
Yeah, exactly. You're right, Glenn. I mean, they were pretty serious injuries. And to lose players like that, your mates throughout the game that have been there throughout the whole tournament. You mentioned team of the tournament. It's hard to replace, and Counties are just keep applying the pressure.
They do indeed, and but Counties have had their problems as well, injury-wise, with a few concussions in the tournament.
I think that second stint by Joshua Kapua really just steered them in the right direction. His carries were enormous, 10 to 15 metres every time. His defence through the middle was solid, and it really got Counties on the right foot.
Absolutely. And here comes Akarana again, still trying to work away well. Good tackling again by Counties Manukau, and Akarana really struggling to get some momentum up the middle of the field now. And Wikitera has been just stunned a little bit with that tackle.
He's been good, Wikitera. After that first try, as you've seen the last couple of sets, he's really trying to get in. He's been running straight through the middle, come off his centre's position, just to try and change the game a bit. Might be a little too late, but any try, start to put some nerves in the Counties team.
So Akarana continue to try here. Time back on now for Akarana. Can they cook something up here? Nice little play here from Tavoli. But again, the tackling is excellent. That time Latu, copy book. Masters looking for something here. Chases through, but Counties Manukau have defended it well. It's a good defensive set there by Counties Manukau, Blake.
It is. I think they could have gone to the left through the hands there, Masters. They got to start chancing their arm. I think as the clock's ticking down, they're a lot of points behind, and the kick might not be the answer.
Yeah, absolutely. They've got to do something. Latu, and now Counties Manukau definitely can manage the game here. So who knows? They might want to ice it with a long ranger. Leilua that was, and here comes Tatupu again, who's been brilliant in this game. Look at that. Great to see the big fellow with the knees pumping.
They're about to bring Kapul back on as well, so back to that pack that really dominated the middle part of this game.
Here comes the kick from Loza. Great chase. Wonderful chase. Almost dragging that player back into the end goal for a line dropout. Wonderful chase. That was Loza too, making the chase too, wasn't it?
Yes, it was, and signs of a good half. Not relying on just his kick and the rest of his chases. He leads the team down there.
Wikitera. Inside the last 4 minutes now. And again, Counties Manukau continues to work very well off the ball here. But Tatupu just overcooking that tackle a little bit. So penalty to Akarana.
Strong boys!
Akarana going to have a full set to play with there, but really going to be a consolation effort now particularly if Counties Manukau put in one more good defensive set here. Been watertight. It's been a very impressive set, a second half from them, with and without the ball. Well, I say that, and here is a big burst up the field and a great run coming here on the offload. It was great, but just couldn't be gathered. Great run, though, up the field there.
That's the difference in today's game, isn't it? That last pass just not sticking for Akarana. They can't even claw it back just there. Would have made it a bit interesting.
One of those Akarana players looks like it's done a shoulder, unfortunately. Now Albert Belchin is struggling after that contact. So we're going to have a pause in proceedings again. Down at the moment. We saw that player with elbow, shoulder injury as well for Akarana. Again of the game at 1 o'clock for you, 45 minutes time. We've got that next game coming in the 18s. Counties Manukau versus the South Island. Basically got into the final with a magnificent 17-16 win over Akarana in pool play. Just squeaking home the South Island. Good side. Blake have been impressed by them again this year.
Yep, they've stayed together, which, you know, you like to see. A lot of the boys have come up through the ranks. They got a lot of the 16th from last year in their side, and that game was a thriller against Akarana. I was lucky enough to call that, and I saw Nyman. He had the plays to the left. I thought he fooled me. I thought they were going to go for the try, but the smarts of a kid at 18 years of age, just to take the nerves out of it and just nail the conversion. And they ended up holding on for a 17-16 win and be a cracker of a game.
He's a good player, Jacob Nyman. Looking forward to seeing him in action again. Oh, a little kick and chase. Let's see if Lolesio, he's got it.
Let him go!
London made the tackle, though. Toyava Ward gives it back to Korpu, who's lost his headgear. I'll tell you what, the Warriors or Roosters will be pleased. He's one of the Roosters signed players.
See a bit of JWH in his game. Big bump.
Yeah, Wadia Hargreaves, looking forward to seeing him in the World Cup. Nice hands here from Counties Manukau. We won't see Wadia Hargreaves at the World Cup for a little while. He's on a suspension for the first couple of games. There goes a kick, slightly flatter one this time. Bounce, bit awkward back there. And here come Akarana again. And a penalty to them. County's just too good in the second half as they close out victory. Wikitera. Lasala. He's hit hard. Lasala.
Oh, the fake.
Yeah. Did he milk it a little bit there, Blake? I reckon he might have, eh?
Oh, I think he got him just a bit high as he fell down, but definitely played on it. I'm watching too much NRL, people lying down.
So here's Akarana with a chance. Maybe 2 tackles.
We're counting down to the end of our grand final
to get a
for the
consolation
under-16
try in this game. Madison at dummy half. He'll have a little dab. And here's a chance. Maybe for Upoko. Upoko goes close. He's just short. We're in referee's time now. Counties Manukau are going to be penalised for that play. They have pride in their line, though, even in the last seconds when the game's safe. So one last play here for Akarana.
Referee has scored a penalty. It will be the final play of the match.
Masters with the ball in his hands. He's going to give it to Upoko. No.
I thought there was a try there. Dummy to Poko.
Masters are going to spin it this time. It's Lasala. There's a little dab here. And Lasala looking for one last try to volley. Still here for Laban, and it's been taken by Counties Manukau. It's going to be Filippo who's going to run it out. And Tatupu fitting he has the last play of the game. He scored the first try and was superb off the bench. And it's Counties Manukau who win the 16th for 2022, beating Akarana by 22 points to 4. 4 tries in the game. Tatupu, Kopua, Filo, and Lolasio. 3 of them converted by Latu. And it is Counties Manukau's day, Blake Ashford.
It is, and that last play, didn't it just sum up the way they played in that second half? All throughout the whole tournament, really, the defence to finish the game, coming with a big hit. Counties, after half-time, after that first 10 minutes, shall we say, just started rolling.
They really did. Deservedly winning the game.
Yeah,
they were outstanding in the second half, Blake, weren't they?
Yes, they were, mate. I think after that first, as I speak about the 10 minutes, when Kapua got his second chance at the Akarana line, he definitely made it count because the carries he delivered, especially when you had the likes of Tatupu and Leiloa backing you up. Great work is also from Atilia Filo, the replacement dummy half, who was good, as we see the first try from Akarana, and after this brilliant effort from Wikitera, it was all Counties.
Yeah, great try from Wikitera. And then Tatupu got the first one with this score here. What's the old saying? Thick thighs score tries, Blake?
Oh, I thought it was 8 pies score tries, but I like both of them.
Latu was converting that try. Kopua, well, he had a lot of work to do here, the starting front row, but he got that down after coming back onto the field, and that was converted as well, so it was 12 points to 4 at half-time, and then we got these 2 tries in the second half. Another one from dummy half. So 3 tries scored from close range, and that was well taken by Filo. And then Lolasia, check out this little late pass here at the line from Toyava Ward there. Great work from him. And that created the space for Lolasio to go over and score the final try for Counties Manukau to close out the game.
Don't mind the camera either, do they? Love to see it. 16.
Yeah, you can't blame them. So full time score again, 22 points to 4.
Their little celebration after each win, I've been lucky enough to see it a couple of times this tournament. It's one to hold. They get in amongst the huddle and they got a check going, so good camaraderie from the Counties boys, built by their coach Jethro as well.
So we're standing by for the presentation as the 2 teams just congratulate each other and say thanks for the game. So we have our next game for you in 40 minutes. The 18th final between South Island and Counties Manukau. Great scenes with this team, coached by Jethro Friend, of course, making a winning start to his coaching career. Counties Monaco legend. So, I think we're almost set for the presentation.
If we can have the Akarana Falcons make their way over for the post-match presentations. Hello, Mike Akarana. Thank you, guys. Tui ia te heke, tui ia te kāhotu. He ari ki tau ira nāna i tiki te pai tuatahi, te pai tuarua, te pai ira atu ana ia. Tui ia i runga, tui ia i raro, koro mo te pō, koro mo te au i te kōrero, i te wānanga puā, taka puā whio, te maramahunuku, te maramahurangi, tūturu whiti whakamaua kia tīnā. Hauie, huie. Welcome to the post-match presentation for the under-16s grade at the National Youth Boys Tournament for 2022. Before we get into our presentation, can we have a round of applause for all our zones that participated in this year's tournament? To start our presentation, I'd like to call on Board Director of NZRL, Justin Ladendorf, to come and present the most valuable player, the player of the grand final. Your player of the grand final from the county's Manukau Stingrays. He scored a try today, number 10, Joshua Kopua. Your player of the grand final from the county's Manukau Stingrays, Joshua Kopua. At this time, if I can call on the captain from the Akarana Falcons to come and share a few words on behalf of their team. And as he's coming to share a few words, if we can congratulate our runners-up in this year's tournament as they come forward to receive their runners-up medals.
I'd just like to thank all the supporters for coming out. I'd like to thank Counties for a good hard game. You took it right to the end. You deserve the end. To my boys, you pushed all the way to the end. You gave it your all. So I'd like to congratulate you and congratulate County for coming first.
Ladies and gentlemen, your runners-up for this year's tournament in the under-16s grade, the Akarana Falcons.
They're in the wars today, Blake, weren't they, Ben?
Yeah, there's a couple of injuries throughout the game, as we mentioned, to a couple of players from the team.
At this time, I'd like to acknowledge our match officials, keeping in mind that our match officials are human. Sometimes they don't get it correct all the time, but they're out there to ensure that the safety of our players are upheld through holding the rules and making sure that everyone gets to participate in our game. Our referees, our match officials, Liam O'Brien, Jack Fevers and Graham Hill. Can we have a round of applause? At this time, I'd like to call on the captain of the County Manukau Stingrays to come forward and share a few words.
First of all, I want to give glory to God for bringing each and every one of us here from the tournament to Akarama. It's never easy game. Going up against them. They're a tough team as always. They're always in the finals. Finals, it's solid, it's deep.
Counties, baby! Ladies and gentlemen, as they come to receive their winners' medal for the under-16s, your winners, the County Manukau Stingrays. Number 1, Ernie Mahu Dalamia. Number 2, Vitaliano Roach. Number 3, Mason Revilla Terore. Number 4, he was 3 from 4 today with the goal kick and the captain, Sasaya Latu. 5, Matiasi Lolesio. 6, Rico Toyava Ward. 7, Hamiloza. Number 8, Noah Hetutu Davis. Number 9, Albert Belchin. 10, the player of the tournament, Joshua Kopua. 11, Austin Atun Hotene. Number 12, player Sikuvea. Number 12, 13, 15 out of Hamai, Homa Hotu. Number 16, EJ Lelua. 17, Atelea Filo. Number 20, Stephen Moala. And number 21, Saleh Tatupu. And the rest of our Counties Manukau under-16 squad for 2022.
Oh, there they are, the Counties Manukau Stingrays, the champions of the year 2022 under-16s Rugby League in Rotorua meeting Akarana. Another title to Counties Manukau. So well done to them. They will be back again next year to defend their title, and we look forward to your company in a half an hour for the next game, which will feature the 18s finals between the South Island Scorpions and the Counties Manukau Stingrays. Can Counties Manukau go back-to-back and win both titles for 2022? Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you back here in half an hour.